Hello and welcome back to Ekmalay Studio. I'm Azadin. In the last video we created our grass and I'm sorry for I forget to turn on the shortcut on the video, but I hope everything was clear for you because I already mentioned all the shortcut I used. But in this video I think I'm gonna add a little fence to our scene and to make it a little bit more interesting. I'll probably maybe adding some wood walkway in this area, and let's see how it's gonna go. So I'm gonna add I hope the shortcut is working here, so don't forget to look at the shortcut I'm using in the right bottom corner. So Shift A, gonna add the cube, scale it down like this, scale S X like this, G Z, move it up and scale it down a little bit more on Z, S Z on X, so S X. Okay, and then I'm gonna scale it on Y, so S Y like this should be okay. And I'm gonna give it, because now it's too straight, so we want to make it a little bit more interesting by adding some cut to it. So press tab to go in edit mode, Control R, and then add fuel up to this one, so just making like more interesting. Hold down Alt, select this edge, so you can select all the way around by holding Alt, and then G, and just move a little bit so to don't keep it as straight. Hold down Alt and then select this one as well. So I'm gonna GX, move this one a little bit like this, and GZ. I think I'm gonna do with this one as well. So Alt, select this one, and then GZ, move it down a little bit. Get out of the edit mode by press tab on your keyboard. GZ, move it up like this. Shift D, make a copy, and Z, move it down like this. Go into edit mode, make this one a little bit different. So hold down Alt, same way, and then GZ, move this one down, and GX, move it out a little bit in this direction. Just make it a little bit different from each other. And I'm gonna make this one a little bit maybe shorter than the other one. So select this edge and then GY to make not exactly same size. Hold down Alt, select this one, and then GZ, move it down like this. Get out of edit mode by pressing tab, and then GY, move it so it's not straight as well, and then make another copy, Shift D, Z, move it down like this. Should be fine. So you're gonna make this one a little bit different by going into edit mode by pressing tab, hold down Alt, select this edge, GZ, move it down, and I think I'm gonna this one a little bit taller, GY, just so a little bit different from each other, and this side as well. So I'm gonna select this edge and then GY like this, GZ, maybe move it down, and select this one as well. So Alt, select, and then GX, move it this way, and that should be fine, I think. So I'm gonna add another cube by Shift A, and then cube, scale it down, just like this. Should be fine. Going into edit mode by press tab, select the top face, press on number 3 for selecting face, or select this one. So G Z to grab and move it up like this, and then just move a little bit on X to keep it in the middle. You can make it just put them on the side, like, you know, just from the side they kneel to, or you can make like as they going through the road. So that's up to you, which way you want. Would depend on the builder, you know, the way they build actually, which is us. We can't do whatever we want. So you can keep it like this, or you can make the other way. So I leave that one to you, it doesn't matter. And I'm gonna make this one, because it's too straight, I'm gonna make that one a little bit interesting as well. So by pressing tab and then or control R, adding some loop like this, and then select one of them, the middle one, and G Y, and then G X like this. Should be okay. Get out of edit mode, shift D Y, duplicate this one to the side, and then change this one a little bit. Alt, select this edge to select all the way around, G Y, and then the top faces, sorry, the top edge, and then G Y. That should be okay. And then get out of edit mode, shift D Y, make another copy to this side, and then go into edit mode and make this one a little bit different as well. So I'm gonna select this edge, hold down Alt to select all the way around, G X, and then move this way, and then G Y, moving this way, and then select the top one, G Y, just a little bit move, and make this one a little bit shorter, G Z, like this, and get out of edit mode, select this one, just make this one a little bit shorter as well. So going your edit mode, that's still the top one selected, and then G Z, move it down like this. So just to have a little bit random and different shape. Let me try to make a shade smooth. If you don't want to see these edge, how they gonna look like. No, if you have this problem sometimes, you can go to change the normal, but I think I'm happy with the wood like this, because we don't want to make them smooth like this. But if you have that problem, this is the option you're going to. So you're going to this option, which is object data property, and then select normal, and you can change this if you have that problem. Sometimes that's gonna fix the problem. But I'm gonna deselect this one, and I'm gonna just shade it flat as before, and I'm gonna change this one a little bit. So going into edit mode, and then hold down Alt, select this edge, and then G X to move it in a little bit like this, because I don't all of them to be kind of very similar. And I think I'm going to change the bottom one as well. So select this one, top, and then hold down Alt, select this edge, G X, going in like this. That should be fine. So I'm going to select everything, like this, and it's good to put them in the separate collection, because now, as you see, it's putting in the grass collection, because it depends, like, you know, which collection you selected, and you add in the object is gonna put in that collection. So now we select everything, press M on your keyboard, new collection, and I'm gonna call this one fins. I think I'm gonna spell it wrong, but it should be okay, just to remember. So I'm gonna move them to the side, G, Y, like this. And while they are selected, I'm just gonna move, make another copy to this side. So this is gonna be like walk through. So Shift D, Y, move it to this side. So just have a look wherever you want, your fence to be. I'm gonna move a little bit up, so G, X, like this. Because just try, don't make things really perfect, because nothing is perfect in life. That's where things became more interesting. So I'm gonna just rotate this one a little bit, and maybe move in Y direction a little bit more, just like this. I think it's look good, and adding some more character to our scene. You see this one is going in the ground because we have like a going uphill here, so I think I need to rotate in X direction as well. So I'm gonna select everything and then R, X, and then just rotate a little bit. Hold down Shift if you have a problem with the control. You can't keep them. And then G, Y, and then G, Z. Just make it up from the ground, and that should be okay. Yeah, that's fixed the problem. And by other thing, you can make it a little bit different. So select this one, G, Z, move it up like this. So these two are not perfect, and other way you can select this one and then rotate maybe, or this one, because we already rotate this one in different directions, so maybe it's gonna give us problem. But you can select this one and then R, Z, 180. So it just make it a little bit different from each other, but I think it's look okay now. So I'm gonna add some more, like little bit. I'll put some wood, in here, just as you going walk through in this area. So hold down Shift A and then add another cube, and then scale it down, and G, X to move it up, G, Y, and then zoom in by pressing full stop or del on your number pad. So you zoom into the selected object, and then you're gonna move it up, G, Z, and then scale it down, S, Z, so scale it down. Just like this should be fine, and S, X, and then S, Y. Just making sure it's kind of similar to size to the door. So probably if we move it to the near to the door, is gonna give us, because now it's, I think it's look big. So G, X, and G, Y, and then zoom in, and G, Z. So now we know the size too big, so S, Y, and then S, X, sorry, S, X, like this, and make it a little bit thinner, S, Z, S, Y, a little bit shorter, and I think that should be fine. So I'm gonna make it a little bit more interesting, because now it's too perfect. So by going to edit mode, press tab, Control or Alt tulip should be okay, and then hold down Alt, select this face, and G, Z, just a little bit, and I'm gonna duplicate this one, so Shift D, X, sorry, yeah, X, like this, and gonna make this one a little bit different. So by going to edit mode, whilst this G, Z, move it down, and then G, X, bit like this. So just they are not perfect. Get out of edit mode, select these two, Shift D, Y, sorry, X, like this, and then select this one, gain into edit mode, hold down Alt, and select this one, G, X, just make it a little bit different, and G, Z, like that, and make this one a little bit different too. So all these ones deselected, G, Z, up, and sometimes the one at the end as well. So G, X, just so they are not perfect. Get out of edit mode, select everything, move them to the position, G, Y, G, Z, sorry, G, X, I'm sorry, confusing, and make sure they are on the ground as well. So G, Z, yeah, no, should be fine. So I'm gonna make more copy of this, little bit more of these. So Shift D, X, and I'm just gonna move in this direction a little bit, so they are not perfect. G, Y, G, Y, G, Y, G, Y, G, Y, and I think I'm gonna maybe rotate a little bit, so because we don't want to face exactly direction this way, so a little bit this way, so I'm gonna rotate a little bit individually. Maybe I'm gonna select all of them, or Z, rotate a little bit, then G, X, and then R, Z. So hold down Shift when you have no control over, and then select these two, and then G, X, and then R, Z, hold down Shift so to have a control over, then select this one, R, Z, just rotate a little bit like this, and I'm gonna select some randomly so they are not exactly same thing, and then make another copy. So Shift D, X again, G, Y, R, Z, hold down Shift so to rotate this way like this, G, X, move, G, Y, like this, and then I'm gonna make some few copy more. So Shift D, that should be enough. If you want to do more, you know how I've done this, so you can create like again, but I think for me it's enough. Maybe it's good to have another like big piece of wood here, like when during the day they walking down and getting rest. So it depends. You can create many other things, so it should be fine. But I think quickly, and I believe this is gonna be last thing we're gonna add to our scene and go into the shading and lighting and animation. I mean, little bit like camera movement to render our scene. So quickly, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna hold down Shift, right click to move the cursor here, and then Shift A, another cube, S, Z, scale it down, like this, because I don't know how it's gonna look like, but I'm just giving it a try. G, Z, G, Y, and S, Z. It should be enough. I think it's make it a little bit smaller this way. So S, Y, and then G, Y to move it this direction. Scale this one down like this, and make some other wood from this one, or you can just make loop cut and do that way as well, but I think I'm gonna just scale it down. So gonna S, X, scale it down like this, and then just make some more copy. So gonna edit this one a little bit, just a little bit. Control R to loop should be okay, and hold down Alt, select this one, G, Z, just like this, and then Shift D, X, Shift D, X, Shift D, X. You can do this by array, but I think I'm okay with this way. So select all of these, Shift D, X, move in this direction, and gonna make two more on the side, Shift D, X, like this, and just make a little bit random. So by individually going into edit mode and just change this little bit around. So Z90 like this. I'm gonna move it down, G, Z, just to, so these are supporting the other one, and then G, X, and then S, X to make it big enough to cover everything. So G, X, that should be okay. G, Y, and another copy, Shift D, Y to this side. Just something like this, and then quickly I'm gonna make another out another cube. So Shift A, another cube, S, scale it down, G, Y, move it this way, G, X, this way, G, Y, just like this. So they are supporting this wood, and I think they are okay. As I said, if you want to spend more detail, you can do so. So I'm gonna just copy this one around. So Shift D, Y, move it to the side, and select both of them, Shift D X, move them to this side, and then we have problem here because it's going to inside our stone, so I'm just gonna move this stone somewhere a little bit away from the one, and then G X, that should be fine. And I think just to make it a little bit more make sense, if you work on the wood and then here should be half wood as well, so I'm just gonna make some few copy, Shift D and then X, like this, and I think I'm happy with it, which is okay for now. So this is what we have so far in our scene, and I think it's look interesting, especially from this angle. So I believe we done with modeling, because I don't want this course to get carry on. I mean, just with modeling and have many videos. So I think I'm gonna stop adding more things to the scene, but you are free if you want to do so. In the next video, I think it's time to give material and shading to our scene, and later on we add the lights and see from there. So I will see you in the next video, and I hope you're enjoying this course and learn from.